So today we are in fun talks, inspiring talks with Heena Menon. She is the founder of Samsarra, which is in public relations. And Heena, over to you to tell us a little bit more of what is it that you exactly do.
Thank you so much, Sayali. First of all, thank you so much for doing this. And I'm very excited. I'll be a little nervous also here and there.
No
So,
problem.
um, basically, I run a PR agency. It's called Samsara. And we are based out of Pune, but we have clients from all across. Boundaries don't matter.
Okay, so I would like to start, with my first question, which is really to clarify this misconception that people have many a times about what is this public relations exactly? What is PR?
So before I answer that question, I want to know from your side as to what misconceptions have you heard about PR, and then I will give you your answer.
Okay. I'll narrate a very personal encounter to you that I had with one of my clients. So we are into, social media and digital media marketing, and I understand to an extent, we function hand in hand. But there was an occasion where this gentleman had to introduce me to someone else, and he was like, "Okay, meet so and so. She handles our PR. ये हमारा PR handle करती है." And that time I was like, "No, that's not my identity. PR is a totally different entity."
Yes.
So if you could throw more light on that.
So, half of your question you have answered yourself, and you have very rightly said that, everything that we do, whether social media, digital marketing, or PR, they all go hand in hand.
Right.
But there are basically names given to each of these bifurcations because the services sometimes change.
Correct.
So, very simply put, when you hear public relations, that is exactly what it means. Public relations, building relations with public. And we as PRs, what our main work is to become basically the bridge between our clients
Right.
and the world. Whatever our clients, whether they are an entity, a social entity, or a business, or anybody as an individual, whatever work that they are doing, they want the world to know.
Correct.
So that they can connect with more stakeholders, their audiences.
Right.
And we basically work as a bridge between the two of them. We build a messaging for our clients and we take it in front of the world to know. So
Correct.
that exactly, in a very short way, what PR is all about.
Right.
And then there are different things. We do interviews in media. We get them opportunities to talk on certain panels or events.
Right.
All these things where people are coming together, building relationships, is what PR is all about.
Thank you for that one. I know you began your journey as a journalist, your professional journey, and now you have embarked on a new role as a PR. So, have there been any important decisions that you made, or any important memory in your mind that stands out, and how it shaped the entire trajectory of your business?
So yes, I started my journey as a journalist back in 2005, and I worked as a journalist for good 13 years. And after which, the first major milestone in my journey all through has been the day that I took the decision of pivoting from journalism to PR. So that was one major milestone. I was in a very comfortable job, and then leaving that and thinking that now I want to do something for myself, I want to become an entrepreneur, but having at the same time having no idea as to what, because
Right.
I didn't want to leave my roots of content writing, journalism.
Right.
So I thought that PR would be the closest thing to do and to stay in connect with journalism. So that
Right.
was the first major milestone that happened. And then there have been many such things which have changed every time the trajectory of my business, whether taking a decision of taking up a very big client when you were very small and starting out,
Right.
and doing it with whole conviction that I can do it.
Correct.
So there have been many such decisions that I have taken that have actually changed the course of my journey as a PR. And now it's been almost 7.5 years that I've been doing this.
That's wonderful. And just to clarify one point, you were working with the Times of India, right?
Yes. So
Where
my
is
my
this?
career actually started in Times of India as a page three journalist. That was something, that every
Budding journalist.
budding journalist, or a young person who has just studied journalism, it's a dream for them.
Correct.
And I got my first break in Times of India as a page three journalist, which was very, very exciting. And from there, started a journey of all things that I wanted to do as a journalist, whether it is page three party coverages, meeting celebs every day, going for rock show events, and then at the same time pivoting towards doing entrepreneurial interviews. I have done it all, and it's been a very fulfilling journey.
Right. Now, so you're on the other side, so to
Yes,
say.
now I'm getting interviews done for my clients.
Yes, yes. It's a good thing. Good to know.
Yeah,
Good to know.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me, how can PR help women overcome societal norms, pressures, and the stereotypical judgments in their pursuit of independence and self-reliance?
So basically, I am a woman, first of all. So, there is no such thing called, breaking the barriers. We already know, what we are made of and what we all can achieve and what we can do. So, I have actually worked throughout my career. I have worked with so many women who have been my bosses also. And then there are so many women clients that I have, personally worked with in terms of building their brands. So, every day when we work with any women, it's the only thing is that, take that plunge,
Right.
do the thing that you know that you are very confident of, or even if you are not confident of,
Right.
just plunge in and start your journey, and everything else will follow.
Fall in place.
Yes, everything will fall in
That's
place.
your path, basically.
Absolutely.
Correct. Okay, so my next question to you is, how do you approach risk taking in your business? And to follow up with the answer eventually, I would like you to throw in some light, or a piece of advice for those women entrepreneurs who want to take the plunge but are hesitant due to the risk factors involved.
To start with, the decision that I took to become an entrepreneur, a PR professional, leaving the journalism journey behind was a very big risk that I took at that time, because it was paying me well. I was comfortable in my job, but then somehow, the factor
Yeah,
was telling me that no, this is something that you can definitely do, but what lies beyond this?
right.
So, taking risks has been a part of anyone's journey. In fact, anybody who is doing something different or trying to do something new has to go through different risks.
Correct.
But what is the fun if you don't plunge into it?
Right.
And so the same thing I would like to give the advice to other women who are also into their entrepreneurial journey, that you should never be afraid of taking risks. Just jump right in, and we will see what will happen.
Right. I think if we are well prepared and we're, it's coming from an honest place, then you really don't have anything to worry about, and you'll face
Absolutely.
whatever comes, and the bigger learning comes out of
Even
that.
when you're not prepared, you will
Right.
learn in the journey.
Right.
We are completely, in the journey where we're learning every day.
Correct.
Learning and unlearning.
Correct. And this is your second venture and your solo venture, right?
Yes.
So what happened before?
So that was also a very big risk that I took, in my entrepreneurial journey as an individual. In 2 years ago, I decided that, I should take another leap of faith, and I should, think about charting my own path. So I was a part of another PR company, and I built it for about 6.5, 7 years. And then I decided that, there is something else that lies for me, and I would like to explore it, and I would like to chart my own path, make my own rules, build something of my own, which I would call absolutely my own. And that is a very big risk that I took, during that time. And then I took a 10-month break, in fact. And that was also the time when I was very scared as to, I have taken this decision.
Right.
Now, will I be able to do it all over again by myself from scratch? But here I am in front of you with Samsarra.
Yes, and I also personally feel that breaks or sabbaticals, so to say, should not be looked down upon.
Absolutely not.
Rejuvenation is needed in every
Yes,
sphere of life.
yes,
So,
yes.
I have come across this, where the sabbatical sort of undermined the skills that I had, but nobody really understands the importance of it at that point in time for
Yeah,
that particular
yes,
person. So
yes.
it's a very good insight that you have given us. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And anybody who wants their business to really grow, what is your advice to them, that what is that unique feature that they can apply or something that they can do so that they stand out? And going forward, this is like, I know, bahut bada question, but just process it. And if there are any women and entrepreneurs who are watching this interview, and they would feel that I want to contact Samsara because I need PR now that we understand PR better and its role. So what and how should they get in touch with you?
Okay, so first of all, innovation and creativity. So, as we speak, the world is changing very rapidly. It's moving very fast, and if we don't move with it, then we will be stuck. So, innovation comes, creativity comes from our surroundings itself.
Hmm.
Whether we are on our social media,
Yeah.
seeing different trends happening,
Right.
watching news every day, watching the
Right.
entire world around us doing something different every day to learn, educate yourself,
Right.
and then use all that you have absorbed in a creative way to basically serve your clients.
Right.
So we have to do this every day. We have to brainstorm. I sit with my team. It's a young bunch of team who are also bubbling with ideas,
Right.
the kind of things that I can think. I may be thinking that I'm at a senior level and I know more,
Hmm.
but I am surprised every day when I see my team members who are young, who are just straight out of college, giving me some really amazing ideas which I
Right.
have not thought
Right.
about.
Right.
So innovation comes there itself,
Right.
learning and educating yourself with the trends, with the things that are happening around you, and just going with the flow.
Right.
And the advice that I would like to give others also who are in their entrepreneurial journey to be creative, again, learn and educate yourself with everything that is happening around you. Do not be stuck with the idea of I'm old school, I used to do this that way, so I will follow that. It is not going to help. We will have to move
Right.
with the times.
Have your roots but grow your
Have your
branches.
roots, but absolutely
Yeah.
beautifully
Yeah.
said. So that is what we have to do. And if anyone wants to explore how PR can help them to grow their businesses, we are just a phone call away.
Yeah.
And we would be very very happy to tell their stories. So if
Right.
anyone wants to understand how PR works and would like to basically tell the world what they do, all they
Yes.
have to do is tell their stories to us and we will tell it to the world.
Yes, and just to share something is that I've known Hina to organize those kind of networking platforms that are not very commercial in nature but are so heartfelt. I think the
Yes,
platform of Shakti that was done a few months back,
yes.
I think, and we all are like connected now. So it was such a good experience.
Yeah.
I think you should do that more
So we
often.
are always on a lookout of interesting people, interesting women, doing whatever in their in their journey. And we always love to collaborate. Again, when I say PR is building relationships,
Right.
we do these events and
Right.
we bring people from different walks of life to come and tell their stories. You never know who will be interested in their business,
Right.
who would be interested to taking their services, who would be interested after being a part of it to
Right.
understand more deeply what how PR works. And
Right.
this is how, in fact, in my entire journey I have gained my clients also.
Moving on,
So
can you share, a failure that you faced or a setback that you faced and you bounced back from it, especially in times of, uncertainties, and even during that time, how is it that you stayed motivated and inspired to keep doing what you're doing?
so for any entrepreneur, in their journey, failures and achievements, they go hand in hand. They're a part of the journey.
Right.
So I definitely have faced small, medium size, or large level sometimes failures, or you can say setbacks. I wouldn't give a term failure to anything, because it's all in the journey of learning.
Right.
So one such setback happened when I think it happened for the entire world, when the COVID struck.
Right.
During the pandemic, nobody, it was happening for the first time for all of us, for the entire world. So nobody knew what's exactly happening, where do we stand, and what is going to happen.
Right.
And it was also during the time that I was part of my previous PR company, and suddenly, from the list of 50 plus clients, you start getting calls that we would like to put this on hold, or we will have to put it on hold, or we don't know what to do, so right now we don't have anything to tell you or give you as story or whatever. So that was, I think, one of the major setbacks, that I think that happened to every business in this world. And how we overcame that setback as a team was, at during that time also, keeping in loop with whatever that was happening, finding interesting stories that people could tell in between, all the sad stories that were happening during that time, uh, figuring out what interesting peg we could give to our clients, that they could tell their story differently and the media would be interested. So during that time, something very interesting happened, that everyone wanted to know human side of the stories. And only talking about business wouldn't work, because businesses were shut.
Yeah.
So we figured out how our clients, which were some big corporates, would help people in dismay, by giving them food, or by not stopping their salaries, paying them regularly.
Right.
We figured out those kind of stories that were happening in PR industry, and we pitched them, and then there sort of some of our clients which were still there with us, their stories kept rolling, so the work did not stop. So that is how we thought about creatively. We did not stop our work, and thankfully we did not have to shut shop. That is, I think, the biggest achievement that came out of that setback. So basically, obviously, all these things kind of shake you, but then you have to sit retrospect, and you
Right.
have to think, okay, fine, this is the situation, I cannot hide away from it, what can I do to make it better.
Right.
And that's exactly what we did. That's exactly what a lot of people who came out with interesting startups during that
Right.
time, and now are
Yes.
heavily funded. So
Right.
I think, yeah, so from setbacks, how you can find some amazing things to set you free is the whole idea,
Right. And
the mantra.
yeah, and I also feel that motivation is largely, inward. It sprouts from within.
Yes.
So never to give up, and I think one should keep developing skills.
Absolutely.
It's not really goal oriented or result oriented, because uncertainty has taught us that you
Absolutely.
never know what can come handy and how
yeah.
you will survive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an
Yeah,
interesting
we saw
take.
so many people who were into big corporate jobs, engineers going all out and starting their sabzi ki dukane.
Yes.
People became chemists during this time because pharmacy was at its peak.
Yes.
So yeah.
That brings me to my next question. Okay. I feel everyone talks about success, and success means different things to different people. So, how would you define success in the field of PR? And do you think, or have you witnessed that it has evolved over time?
So the biggest success for me personally is the relations that I built. The fact that we met about exactly a year ago,
Yes.
and we so happened to meet, and today
Right.
we are sitting together and we're sharing our stories together, our
Right.
narratives, we're building our narratives together.
Yes.
This is what the biggest success for me is all about.
Right.
In fact, the time that I took that 10-month break, and out of nowhere, one of my ex-employees called me from Shillong and said that, we're doing this huge music festival, and would you do the PR? And I said, you know what, I'm not a part of that company anymore, so but I can try and do it myself. I didn't know how I would do it, but I just said that, I'll be doing it solo, are you okay with it? She said, as long as it is you, I'm good.
Right.
And I took that, again, I took a risk, I took that client up, I did
Right.
the work, they loved it.
Right.
So, so this is how the entire journey has been. Is the biggest thing that I feel for me is the success. And that, for that I would give you a very small, anecdote. So, last year, when after doing my Shillong event, it became successful and I had done it all by myself. I still was a little apprehensive of, starting it all over again on my own, like a brand. I was initially also thinking that if I can do some freelance work, how will that turn out? But then one day I was invited to one of my, ex clients' daughter's wedding. And that is where I met the entire family of my ex-clients, and they are a very big hospitality group of India. And I met them and they welcomed me with open hearts, and they were like, we know all that happened and we are very happy that you have now taken the decision of doing things yourself and you will really succeed. And you know what, we want to start all our PR activities all over again, and we will give you a call. So I thought, okay, they're being very sweet.
Yeah.
And I was really not expecting anything out of it. I thought they have been beautiful with me, I will leave it at that.
Okay.
And a couple of days later, I got a call and they said that we want to onboard you. And for that, you will have to, Heena, think of a name of your company. So next time when we meet, you come with a name so that we can put it on a official letterhead. That is how I got my first client, even before I started Samsarra. So success, for me is that, build relationship and build the trust in other people for what you are and what you can do.
Correct. So on this note, I wish to conclude our interview, and what I have taken from it is really that kadam se kadam milaye chal, and you will reach your goal. And for all you budding entrepreneurs, and especially our heart goes out to women entrepreneurs who really want to start their journey, are fumbling or hesitating due to some risk factors or anything else, and if ever you were to require help with your PR, you know whom to contact. All the details are there in the caption. Please feel free to reach out. She's just a buzz away.